Another Orange Man lawsuit. Let's see if this one goes anywhere. Trump sues House January 6th committee. National Archives as well. Former President Donald Trump filed a lawsuit on October 18th in the Washington court against the House Select Committee investigation of January 6th Capitol incident. Yeah, it's basically just a fucking glorified trespassing event where it's like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, we've charged so many people, and they've all just agreed to plea deals, which basically amounts to fucking probation. It's like, okay, cool. Such an insurrection. I'm so scared. And also, the National Archives in a bid to keep his presidential records classified, citing executive privilege. Yeah. Okay, this is just a fucking dog and pony show with a couple of RINOs and a bunch of rabid fucking Democrats that just can't get enough Trump in their life. You really do hate to see it. Trump's court filing argues that the committee's records request is too broad and doesn't serve any legislative purpose. I would tend to agree. The committee's request amounts to nothing less than a vexatious, illegal fishing expedition openly endorsed by Biden and designed to unconstitutionally investigate President Trump and his administration. Our laws do not permit such an impulsive, egregious action against a former president and his close advisors. Yup, and okay, so Trump's fighting back and he's trying to stonewall this stupid fucking committee, which isn't going to ever accomplish anything other than just waste everybody's money. But hey, don't worry, they got a scalp of somebody who hasn't worked with Trump in an official capacity since like the first 6 months of his administration. Like, oh, January 6th committee votes to hold Bannon in contempt of court. Yeah, because he didn't want to adhere to one of those stupid subpoenas to appear and get grilled by this stupid fucking committee. Listen, man, you got a whole host of people. You got a whole bunch of Democrats down there in Arizona that just like to go ahead and defy subpoenas, and nothing happens to them. Okay, you were able to reach an agreement with them, but oh, you're gonna pillory Steve Bannon because, oh my God, Breitbart man bad? Ooh. So we're just going to read a taste of this. The Democratic-led House Committee investigation, investigating the January 6th Capitol breach. So it's an incident, a breach, a hoedown. Voted on October 19th to hold conservative podcast host. Doesn't that sound so fucking petty? And former Trump advisor Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena for documents and testimony. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The resolution will now move for a vote by the full House, where Democrats hold a slim majority and will likely approve the measure. Should the House approve the contempt resolution, the Department of Justice will decide whether to pursue charges. Who could fucking give less of a shit than this? Oh my God. Because, like, why have they subpoenaed him? I don't get it. Bannon played a major role in Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. 2016. You're worried about the fucking Capitol invitation on January 6th? Okay, cool. He took a post as a White House aide before leaving to headline a popular conservative podcast. He didn't respond to requests for comment on the contempt vote. Yeah, it's like, what relevant information would he have that isn't already out there for the fucking world to see? The committee says it wants Bannon's documents and testimony because he was in touch with Trump before the January 6th incident. I'm sure a lot of people were. Do you have any direct proof of that, or you just have a hunch? Okay, because you know who Steve Bannon is, and he's so bad, or whatever trite shit you have to go on. Because he tried to get Trump to focus on the congressional certification of the election results. He talked about it on his podcast. Imagine that, okay? Did I get a subpoena? Am I in contempt of court? What's going on? And because he said on January 5th that all hell is going to break loose the next day. Everybody was saying that, okay? There was hundreds of thousands of people showing up in fucking Washington, D.C. Everybody thought something fucked up was going to happen. And guess what? It kind of did. But the only person who's dead as a result of that is Ashley Babbitt. So maybe you should probably subpoena Lieutenant Michael Byrd of the Capitol Hill Police Department. Maybe you should do that. Maybe you should get to the bottom of that if you actually wanted to do something of good. But you don't. You just want to grandstand. You just want to drag Trump. But he was also in the news because something else that happened a couple weeks ago at this point. Jeez. The passing of Colin Powell. He accomplished a lot, but he also found out very, very quickly that institutional politics is a very easy way. If you side with them, is a very easy way to ruin your legacy. And unfortunately, he had to find that out the hard way. And for all intents and purposes, he was basically just a Democrat because he endorsed every single Democratic appointee for president since Barack Obama in 2008. So, such a conservative stalwart, yeah. He was in Washington forever, and he constantly played the race card. Good for him. So Trump on Colin Powell, he made big mistakes, but anyways, he may rest in peace. It was such a cunty statement that he released, but it made me chuckle. So let's see what you guys think. Wonderful to see Colin Powell. This was his first statement on the death of Colin Powell, who died from complications of COVID-19, who was also fully vaccinated, by the way. Amazing how that's gone out of the headlines now, hasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh my God, somebody famous died of the coof at 84 years old. Oh, and he was fully jabbed up. Oh, now I know why it's not in the headlines. So anyways, wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, all of that's true, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. He was a classic RINO, if even that, because always being the first to attack other Republicans. True RINO, in fact, then. He made plenty of mistakes, but anyways, may he rest in peace. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, he served in official capacities from everybody since fucking Ronald Reagan all the way through, and including Clinton, all the way through George W. Bush when he was Secretary of State. The first black Secretary of State. We need to get more black people in the Republican Party, and blackety black. It just goes to show you that Trump really knows how to pick them. Trump Surgeon General Adams blames unvaccinated for Colin Powell's death. No, he was fully vaccinated. What are you trying to get at? Didn't take the proper measures to lower spread. Oh, okay, cool. You're going to try to grandstand on that? Okay, cool. Good luck to you. Former Trump administration Surgeon General Jerome Adams said Monday on CNN's Cuomo Primetime, another red flag as red as his bow tie, which is kind of a nice bow tie anyways. Cuomo Primetime, why would you go on that? Jesus Christ, you could just get better ratings by standing on a street corner with a fucking bullhorn. That former Secretary of State Colin Powell died because some Americans were not vaccinated. I will goddamn guarantee you he was never around anybody who was unvaccinated, knowing the circle of people that he surrounded himself with. Just saying. Anchor Chris Cuomo said, hey, in terms of the passing and how he wanted understood, what do you say about the idea that Powell's passing while being vaccinated is proof that the vaccination is not necessary? I don't think he'd say that, but nice straw man you've erected there, my dude. Adam said, it's absolutely untrue. We've got people out there who are in vaccine-resistant crowd. We've got people who are completely different agendas that have nothing to do with vaccines and are, as you mentioned, want to divide us, like the president right now. Okay, we've got a lot of people out there who are just thrown, who react to misinformation. Dude, you're on CNN right now. They need correct facts. For those of you out there in the movable middle, there's none of those left, by the way. You've made everybody pick a side. I want you to know there are about 7,000 breakthrough deaths since people have been fully vaccinated. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that. The vaccines are safe and effective. Doctor, why would you say such awful and terrible misinformation? Vaccines are safe and effective. I've been reassured by everybody in big tech. Starting in January of this year. So 7,000. Okay, cool. That's compared to the over 300,000 unvaccinated people who died in this country. Oh no, 7 to 300,000. These vaccines work. But one life is too many, Doc. But whatever, bro. CNN literally couldn't get enough Orange Man because that's the only thing that fucking drives ratings for him. CNN's Don Lemon. Oh boy, if he didn't get enough of a fucking bitching over the Joe Rogan stuff, which is kind of just touch and go territory. If you want my take on everything, it's over on Rumble and Odyssey. GOP was for law and order until shady real estate Trump came along. This could literally have been written and published in 2015. Like, what a basic bitch take on events, but this is coming from Don Lemon after all. CNN anchor shithead on Tuesday during the handoff from Chris Cuomo said Republicans used to stand for law and order before President Trump became the leader of the party. Okay, now what? Discussing the House Select Committee investigation ahead of the January 6th. Now it's a riot? Oh my God, I can't even keep this straight. Riot voting to hold Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress. So how does Trump figure into this one? The actions of somebody else? Oh, okay, cool. We see where their mind frame is at. Cuomo said the idea of privilege for Bannon, first of all, it hasn't been asserted. He continued, but the bigger question, Don, you don't got nothing to hide? Why not come to the committee? Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he has nothing to fucking do with that shit. So I entertain this dog and pony show. Kind of like talking about CNN. It's so fucking irrelevant. Yeah, why not show up, waste your time, and plead the fifth? I don't know. He has literally anything else to do, okay? Unlike you, he hosts a successful show. Lemon said, because you want to. It used to be the Republicans who would say no man is above the law. So what the Democratic stance has always been there shouldn't be any laws? Oh, okay, cool. I get it. No one is ever above the law. Really? Oh, okay, cool. Tell us more about Hillary Clinton. We should be treated equally. Unless you're unvaccinated, then literally why aren't you guys all just dying en masse? Law and order until this fellow, this sort of shady real estate kind of person came along. You won't even say the name, you fucking weakling. Kind of changed all of that in the narrative of the Republican Party and showed that some people are above the law. Can you point to a law, or can you just point to the doll where the orange man touched you? Because this is getting sad. And they actually are going to stand there, and they're standing behind the right, they believe, for people to be above the law. And Steve Bannon is not. The former president is not, or should not be. And they've really... Oh, we haven't really seen that Republicans stand by that whole law and order mantra or motto. Okay, cool. Can you go ahead and justify the 2020 riots again? Okay, that'd be fun. God, these dudes are pathetic. But then again, this is from the same network who bought fucking footage from a avowed Antifa member and then also had him on Anderson Cooper. So I don't really care what they have to say about things, mostly because they're just propagandists. So I wanted to share that with you guys because that's the mainstream narrative that's out there. So this January 6th committee is very super serious, guys, and nobody's really paying attention to it, at least the people who were involved in it. But with that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.